Did you
Yep.
see what's his name died today? The dude who started Focus on the Family.
Oh, really? That's too bad. That guy was I can't remember his name, but yeah, he did a lot of good stuff.
Dobson, is that his name? Dobson.
Dobson. Yep.
Yeah, he died of. Everybody's like, "What did he die of being 90."
Yeah, he died of just being incredibly old.
He wasn't 42 and got hit by a bus. He was 90.
You know what's good?
And he and his kids went and spent 2 days with Ted Bundy.
Why?
Because they tried to recruit him. They recruited him and proselytized to him the whole 9 yards to come to Christ.
Well,
and they said, he is a creature. He is of the Lord. So he was.
Well, we all are. So I mean, he was very much believer in that.
So. Like, what if like Hitler was a believer and ended up giving his heart to the Lord, and then you get up there and like, you're here.
Wouldn't that be funny? Would that be funny?
They're like,
yeah, we know he lived to a ripe old age in Argentina.
He's here, but he has to stay over there.
He stays over there because Jesus is like, I like him because I have to.
I'm like, you were really serious about the whole forgiveness thing. I bet when they look back at your life, that was a shocker, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. Like, yeah, so that's interesting. But what else is going on? Oh, Trump, is he out? I think he's out right now. He was going to go out tonight with the police in D.C.
Oh, that's cool.
But we were laughing. I'm like, dude, come on. You guys know he fucking wants him. He's got to have a badge.
That would be so cool. Well, you know what? They've cleaned all the crime statistics are down.
Yeah. Well, dude, if you put all of that surge anywhere, you're going to get a lot of that crime down. The thing is, can you maintain it? Because you can't keep them there forever.
Run by nut jobs.
You can't keep them there forever.
I mean, apparently the police were under-reporting to make it look like there was less crime.
What they were doing, they weren't under-reporting. They were reporting things. So everything was documented. But the way they document a certain thing. So if you got shot and you went to the hospital, instead of a assault with a deadly weapon, they would have put injury went to the hospital. So, and then it never gets reported to the FBI.
Like CNN.
They don't get the statistics.
CNN, which people were laughing at, just put a picture of a black man up and said, dark complected white man.
That happens.
It's that liberal logic that just doesn't seem to connect to any form of real train of logic.
It was lots of pressure. You're under pressure to try to get crime down. So you want to report it so you can go back to everybody at the city council meeting and tell them, hey, look at this. We're bringing crime down, even though nobody feels
because they wanted to cover up that their policies are bankrupt. Because if your policies don't look as bad, if it looks like the crime statistics are going down.
Yeah. Well, it's like I always say when people say, oh, California's crime comes down. Oh, yeah. Well, when you stop counting crime as crime, it comes down.
Exactly. And you know why you do that? Because your policies are so crappy, because I live in California, that you want to act like how much did Gruesome steal? It was $1 billion or something to take care of the homeless. And I see homeless everywhere. I see homeless everywhere. Gruesome never, he wants to be president, but I don't think anybody in California would possibly vote that clown show.
They would vote him if it meant he had to leave California.
They might vote if he had to leave California.
Come on, guys. If we don't get him out of here, he's going to fucking stay here forever.
And he did this whole thing like he, what was it? That he had a dream that he was born to save America. Save what? From prosperity?
He is. Well, have you seen him? Because he and Trump are in the battle of the memes.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
He is so low class because when Bed Bath & Beyond guy said they wouldn't come to California because of business practice or adversarial, which is true, Newsom posted, F you.
That wasn't real.
That wasn't real? Good.
No,
because that's trash.
He said, I wish you guys the best. I think you guys have at least 1 or 2 stores left, and they're getting ready to open up 300. First of all, because here people are going, what the hell is, because we're opening up the first one here, the first of their new one in Nashville. And I said, "You guys never been to Bed Bath Beyond?" I said, "Picture this: you walk through the door, and there's walls of duvet covers and like
Towels and
Egyptian duck feathered pillows." And then over here, it's like you walk straight into the sharper image store, because you can sit down and get a massage on a chair, or you can buy this. It looks like a dartboard, but it turns into a refrigerator, or there's a 12-pound
yeah,
bar of chocolate.
yep. Actually, Bed Bath & Beyond was a cool store before. It was kind of like the Sharper Image store.
Yeah,
I thought they were cool.
there were. But
They were full of junk.
but you're going up against Amazon.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Because you would walk into a store and go, "Oh, that's really nice. How much is that?" "Okay, hold on, Amazon." "Oh, it's $48 cheaper, and they'll bring it to my house."
You know what though? I want to feel towels. I want to feel bed sheets.
Yeah.
I want to seriously. You're like, even if I have to spend a little more, I know I like this. I can feel it. I don't go through the hassle of getting it, feeling it, setting it back, getting a new one.
Yeah, that's true.
I still think it has a place, just like bookstores.
It's more about strategic placement than it is volume.
Yep. It's Barnes and Noble. No matter how much Amazon sells in books, Barnes and Noble is growing because people like browsing. And
you know what's bringing it back?
Kids,
and same thing with cassette players. Cassettes are coming back.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
There's a nostalgia for. Well, you can't make a mixtape. You're not really a kid unless you made a mixtape for somebody.
Yep.
These are my 8 favorite songs that remind me of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how there's almost a backlash against technology.
Yeah.
And I see it makes sense because they see AI is going to make them, homeless and without jobs, and they're going to be Luddites. They're going to be holding those big. You remember those big cassette tape players?
The Walkman, the original Walkman.
The Walkman. Yep, yeah. With the stupid like pink or yellow.
Maybe we'll go so far as to having a Discman that doesn't skip when I jog.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Which, by the way, skipped every time. No matter how much it was anti-skip, that shit skipped every time.
You know how you've prevented it? Don't jog.
There you go.
There you go. That was my advice.
Problem solved. You know who else? Did you see? Okay, so I love Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
And they've changed everything.
Crack Barrel.
So it's Cracker Barrel, but they've changed everything. They're getting all this backlash. And some people, it's like, it's because that they were racist is why they're changing. It's because, they think they need to be modern. The Cracker Barrel is comfort. I want a chicken fried steak with some pancakes and eggs, and the kids and I are going to dive into it. And then we're going to go into the gift shop and buy 40 things that are totally bizarre and unnecessary. Yet I need that Christmas Halloween decoration.
I think everything needs to be modernized.
Yeah.
When I like my Superman, I like my, Batman. Cracker Barrel is 100%. They got a 25-year-old graduate from some fancy, marketing department to come in and explain how it needs to be revamped for the modern age.
Have you seen let me see if I can find
I've never been to Cracker Barrel. It's not my thing.
You've never been to Cracker Barrel?
There's none around us.
I'm trying to think where no, there is.
Oh, I'm gonna see if there is, because we will go to one.
You won't go to one. You don't even know how to go to one. There's got to be a Cracker Barrel near you.
Let's see if there's any Cracker Barrels near us.
How could you not have a Cracker Barrel? I mean, it's okay. I'm going to pull over the Cracker Barrel logo. So they changed the logo from. All right, here we go. If I can find it.
Apparently, there is one in Rialto, which means it's nowhere.
So you've never been to a Cracker Barrel?
Never been to a Cracker Barrel.
Okay, so when you walk into a Cracker Barrel, first of all, you walk onto a porch, right? And it looks like a log house kind of thing for you watching.
They sell clothing?
Oh, dude, they sell everything. They sell everything. You go in there, and Paul, do you remember when you used to go and you'd get the little like Halloween or Christmas decorations at Michael's? Like this time of year, that's all it is. They've got the best toys. It is so awesome.
I would totally go to a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's very country.
It's exactly that's what it is.
It's like what I want when I want to come to Tennessee. You know where I want to go is this R.S. Brooks General Store for a bologna sandwich.
Is that your place, dude?
That's the place. It's ours. I don't know how far outside of Tennessee, out of Nashville it is,
Oh,
but
we'll
it's
go there.
oh, we'll go 100%.
Tell
It's
everybody who these people are, though, Paul.
the Cracker Barrel.
No, your RS bologna store sandwich folk.
It's a bologna store. It's been around for, or a general store. It's been around about 100 years. It used to have a post office inside, and they just I've watched all probably 12 hours of their YouTube channel of them making bologna sandwiches, and
It's people come there and it's like, well,
yep,
guess I'll have a sandwich. What are you up to today, Lem?
yep,
Nothing. And they
exactly.
just sit on the porch and go, yep.
They've got a potbelly stove that they still put wood in during the winter to heat things. They have a bologna sandwich, that's their famous fried bologna sandwich. And it used to, but now they actually made Cracker Barrel. That's cool.
There it is. So this is the old right here. The old one is the one with the guy in the cracker, and the new one is this sleeker version of it.
Is that biscuits and gravy they make?
Oh yeah, dude, they make the best biscuits.
Oh, okay.
Chicken fried steak. It's what it's supposed to be, right? It's like great. It's Meemaw made it for you.
Yep, it's comfort food.
We don't have a Meemaw, but if Meemaw was around, this is the shit she would make.
Yep, it's like it's like those chorizo and eggs.
Yes.
Yep. And half the people are like, "What is a chorizo and egg?"
You remember that Mexican restaurant we used to go to on the way to our old school out there in freaking, and it was a whole house.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's like it's like that kind of thing where you're eating in the room.
Basically, it was three elderly ladies making really good burritos.
Yeah, those things were so amazing.
They were amazing. I don't even know if it's still around. I need to check that.
Nope, Trump probably already caught and threw them out.
Probably, yep. But it was that's good stuff. People forget how good these little hole in the walls are.
Oh God, I know. No, it's like the food trucks, man. If you've never eaten at a food truck, whoa!
You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome.
Do they have that there? Because here, food truck, where a bunch of them will get together and have like these food truck things. Those are huge.
But see, here's the thing. I like old fashioned, right? I want it like I walk by the work site down here, and there's two food trucks, right? You got this little, gordita lady, and she's out there and she's got her little freaking apron on with the little change slider.
Yep.
And the guys there, they all come running over there. And I usually try to get there early. And the food is just amazing. And then we have the hipster food trucks. It's like, oh, it's an artisan burrito. It's like, fuck, I just want a bean and cheese burrito, bro.
Yeah, this is gluten-free, taste-free.
Yeah, taste-free.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's a pretzel that dances, and I don't want that.
Did you hear about the weird ice cream trucks that seem to be going through like at midnight or something, going through neighborhoods?
Yeah.
And kids are going missing, apparently. I don't know if any of that's true. The ice cream trucks do seem to be, because there's videos of them.
It sounds like the first thing when I saw it and I heard about it, I thought, oh, this is weapons.
It's weapons.
Do you want to know why? Because you remember the movie Smile?
Oh, yeah.
Major League Baseball did that. They did what's it called? Like a partnership with the first one. And they would have the people sit behind home plate. They would just do this.
Isn't it terrifying how other people's perfect glee is terrifying to us?
Yeah. You're like, why are you fucking smiling?
Exactly. Why are you so happy?
Yeah.
She's really happy.
Like us.
Yeah.
But
there's nothing to be happy about.
Yeah. I mean, we're at a baseball game and our team sucks. There's 142 more of these damn things, and I got season tickets.
Exactly. I think the ice cream truck thing is interesting if it's true. Because just why are ice cream trucks coming in the middle of the night to start with?
I don't know. That's a good thing.
Or
it's kind of funny that people are driving their ice. Okay, yeah. So Snopes says don't fall for claims of mass abduction.
Maybe not mass abduction, but are ice cream trucks really coming out in the night? That's just weird.
I don't know. That's an interesting thing. I mean, this is like my wife. She lives for this, right? She loves this stuff.
Yep.
Everything. She loves a conspiracy. My wife love a good conspiracy.
There's a lot of pictures and a lot of videos and that's what's starting the conspiracy is.
Yeah.
It's like midnight. Why is there an ice cream truck here?
Well, I mean, the Virginia police are having to address, they're having to, kind of say, hey, all right, look, here's the deal. There's 1:23 a.m. Whose creepy idea was the ice cream truck? I don't know. Whose creepy idea was it?
Well, again, these are the reasons why those conspiracy things start, because people try and make sense of things that are weird.
Oh, that's weird. I'm looking at it. Although, you know what? Here's the thing. It would be like the ice cream truck. See, they're showing me an ice cream truck here at one. It's like the ice cream truck here because I'm on Broadway. It's going down a street like mine where people are partying and you see all this traffic and people are standing on the side of the road. It's not an ice cream truck. If it's in the middle of a neighborhood, I have a question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen videos, but you don't know if they're true. But there's videos of like it looks like it's a residential, and it's dark. I don't know if it really is midnight or something. And there's an ice cream truck going by, all lit up, and right there, that's going to make you question things. Now, the problem is when people question things, they run to stupid answers.
Yes.
And
at the end of the day, it's Occam's razor 99% of the time.
No one uses Occam razors. No one uses, basically Occam's razor is just be reasonable, people. What is the most reasonable explanation for this?
Because that's usually going to be the right answer.
It's usually going to be right. It's usually, yeah. Instead of having to make these twists and turns and the Earth's flat. Well, that's not the most reasonable answer to this weird data, that the Earth's flat. There's other things. It's like, what did they just ask Elon Musk how we got to the moon without refueling? And then someone explained it. How we had enough momentum that it would automatically slow down and get into the Earth because of Earth's gravity.
The movie Armageddon?
Yep.
We're going to slingshot.
Yep.
I've seen this one, and this is the one where Wile E. Coyote, our stuff is better than Wile E. Coyote's.
Well, it's like that, the alien ship that's heading our way, 3-Eye Atlas. The reason why that seems weird is it's going to get here sooner than we thought because it accelerated and turned.
Uh-oh.
That is weird. No matter how you cut it, you don't have to believe it's alien. You have like all these conspiracies, but that simple fact is where all the conspiracies come from. How did it accelerate and how did it turn? And now it's going to get here earlier than originally expected based on its trajectory and its velocity.
What do you think it is?
I think it is the first horseman of apocalypse. He's finally coming to take care of all this crap. He's like, you guys are so irritating.
Yeah, you guys are so effing irritating.
We're just going to.
You guys are the trailer park of the universe.
Exactly. Or it's the trash truck for aliens, and they're just going to dump it. Where should we dump this? This is the perfect place. These people are just horrible.
This is the dump.
And it's just rappers and all kinds of stuff.
Found out that we are cockroaches of the universe.
Think of it. There was two concepts that we're either like the lowest denominator or the absolute highest.
So we're not in the middle.
We're not in the middle. We probably are in the middle. We're probably either the Ewoks or the Empire. That's very geeky, but Ewoks were just spears and and all of a sudden in comes Darth Vader and little Ewoks are trying to poke him. Or we're like got Star Destroyers and stuff. And people and everybody else is Ewoks. Which I think is more likely to how much contact we've had. We're talking about interdimensional contact would be different than current dimensional contact with literal species that come from other galaxies.
Yeah, because they would have to be billions of years ahead of us to be able to create that kind of technology to have speed that would make it worth them coming here.
And to do what? To come here just to say, hey.
Yeah.
And so so I've always been skeptical of
it's so funny.
UFOs.
Get off the thing though. Hi. They turn around, get back and leave.
Just get back, yeah. Oh yeah, you guys are weird. And then they leave. You know what I love? I always been rooting for, if aliens do exist, that they are the tall whites, the Nordics. Just because I'd love to hear all the liberals whine if an alien popped out that was blonde-haired and blue-eyed. It would make my day because they're like, oh, superior alien race has blonde hair and blue eyed. And all the liberals would be like pro-clutching and screaming and it'd be the end of their whole existence because they're racists. And I'd just be like,
the racist
alien. Right there.
What did they call them on Gleek backs or whatever when they were on South Park? The ticker
Exactly. And I'm like, but that's one of the rumors that in our society, that these Nordic aliens have been here, but because they look so human, that they've been blended into our unknowingly into our our civilizations, because they just look like blonde-haired people. And I'm just like, dude, that's the one I'm rooting for. I'd love insectoids because that sounds fun, and I'd love lizard people because those are the other rumors, because that just
Aren't
sounds
the lizard
cool.
people underneath? Isn't that the thing? They're underneath the ground.
Especially under LA, apparently. LA had in the 19, I think 40s and 50s,
30s.
or 30s.
1930s, they had all those.
Whole thing about a whole civilization of lizard people. Which, if they're down there, that's probably why we don't see them anymore, because they're like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, we can't
Again,
come.
I believe everything with any form of intelligence is like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, you guys are not well.
And
You
they
guys
just
you
hide
let
down
people sleep outdoors.
there.
You have your people who go fight wars, and you treat them like shit when they get back. And then they end up sleeping on the freaking ground next to a guy that's doing crack because you guys know he's mentally ill, but somebody decided, hey, that's a lifestyle choice.
We were just watching a homeless person, because that's what you do in Southern California, going across the street.
You should you should carry around like a TV thing and just.
I really should. There was, one was just dancing in the middle of the street as cars are driving by.
As you do.
The other one was just recently. It was a woman, and she had blankets and stuff she was carrying, but she dropped them, so she decided to throw her coat down and kick them across the street while screaming at something. We couldn't see what she was screaming at, but she could.
That's a lifestyle choice. You got to respect your choices, kids.
You really do. And we're just like, this is, I guess, part of the show.
Yeah.
Because this is where entertainment happens. Entertainment industries in Southern California, and we've got daily streetwide shows.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. We were talking about earlier. So over the past 5 years, California spent $24 billion in homelessness and housing initiatives under Gavin Newsom. They spent $6.8 billion in 2022 and 23. And the thing is, zero accountability. Zero.
Well, it went into
some of them weren't even asked what they did with the money, how they spent it, and what the result. Nobody was asked what the results were. Ever.
Yep. Well, because the results were emotional. They emotionally felt, and they self-identified as helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's just as good as reality.
Well, because they'll say, well, we got 175 people off the streets. When? 2 days ago. Okay. Where are they now? We got 170. So you put them in your shelter for one night. They left. You count that as a win, and 172 people are gone, and you have another 172 beds wide open now.
Yeah. I really believe, and I know there were problems with them, that's why we shut down the mental institutions, but I believe we should open them up and try and make safeguards that bad things don't happen, because it's a better place for these people to be than just wandering, screaming at the sky, sleeping on the ground.
Yeah, it's not fair to the taxpayer. It's not fair to them as human beings.
Not fair to them as human beings.
Nobody should live in a world where they are viewed by society out of their eye like this, where they're urinating on the side of the street, eating out of a garbage can, sleeping on a freaking park bench, and nobody. We have to do better. And whether it's drugs that cause the mental illness or mental illness cause them to take drugs, a vast majority of these people, and whenever I hear, it's just because we don't have affordable housing. Fuck, it isn't. This isn't somebody who missed a paycheck. No. Okay. This isn't somebody who's a single mom struggling and would stay in a shelter home and wants to get herself off the street. That guy's been out here for 7 years. He's not missing a paycheck. If you gave him a house today, he'd shit on the carpet and leave.
Or they don't want it. I have a friend that was big in the charity movement.
Yeah.
He was trying to help a lot. And I asked him what happened. And he said he got out of it because they don't want help.
A lot of them don't. Because first of all, when you put them into a facility, like over here, so we do stuff with the Nashville Homeless Project. So we go over there. They can't bring a dog, which for a lot of them, when they're on the street that long, that is their only companion. That's the one thing that reminds them that they're human in many ways. Yeah. And it's a companion. The second thing is there's rules. And the rules are you have to be back here by like 9 and you have to be up at like 7 or 8.
You can't be drunk every day.
Yeah. They're drug test and they don't follow the rules.
No. And honestly, that might be the systemic reason why they're homeless to begin with.
Yeah.
The world's about rules. Like it or not, you have to follow certain rules to keep the jobs, to keep your apartments, to keep everything. And if you're mentally disabled in the position that you can't do that,
Yeah.
um,
If you have
I
no
see how
understanding, if you have no understanding, what going to work every day because you haven't held a steady job for 12 years and you do drugs. If you can't expect people to go, well, if we just give them, no, these people if you took 100 of them and put them in an institution, more than likely 95 of them are going to live the rest of their lives out there.
Yeah.
Maybe a few would get better over time because it was drugs and it wears off and they get some of their mental capacity back. But a vast majority of them never would.
They don't.
No.
And but I don't know if you saw that thing about the mentally handicapped kid that got arrested because he was eating fruit cups from the discard bin.
I saw that.
And I thought
Was that Meyer or Kroger that did that?
It was Meyer.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous. I mean, he he's not quite, he's not quite out, but I'm like, he can hold down a job. He was working. He had to be there for like a year or something. So they did a couple months in this investigation to get $110 or something, so they could put him in jail, which is just mean.
Yeah.
Just tell the guy, don't it. Even if it's
a disabled deli worker who probably doesn't have any money.
No.
And you guys watched him for 3 months. You did $16 billion in
and it was from
and that's what you did. Huh?
It was from the discard bin. It wasn't just from they were going to throw it away anyways. And he couldn't eat it. It's a horrible story. I hope that kid gets a job or something.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, I'm like, even a mentally retarded person can hold down a job. These homeless people can't. There needs to be a better solution for them.
Yes. Yes.
And we pay so much out in welfare to people that just don't want to work as opposed to can't.
Yeah.
And I'd like to switch that. I think if you don't want to work, too bad, buddy. Yeah. You need to get a job.
I mean, again, the whole we pay a lot. We do a lot of stupid shit. The amount of money we spend on sometimes I just shake my head and go, really? Like that's the kind of money you guys are spending there?
Yeah.
We can't do better than, it's like, why does everything have to cost $800 billion? If the government's involved in anything, it's insane the amount of money.
Because everything has to be more expensive. The second that you hear the government word, all the prices go up.
Yeah. Well, you have to charge that. You can't give them a discount. You got to charge them. What's retail? We'll double that.
Yep. We should be figuring out ways to, but this is what we touched on last night. We need to change society, but nobody has the guts to change society. That's one of the big reasons they hate Trump is he's doing things outside a box and everybody's whining because, oh no, someone's thinking outside the box and trying to do something novel to try and make things better. Doesn't mean things novel always work. But the point is they haven't been working in this thing. So what does it hurt? Let's try some novel stuff and see what happens.
I'm looking at this. I can't believe they did this to this kid.
It's amazing.
So he's 19.
Yeah.
He's autistic.
Yeah.
He was confronted by police and a manager in Seven Hills, Ohio, in a Meyer location. Well done, Meyer. Yeah. So they've raised a ton of money for him. Thank goodness.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good. They said he lives locally and he walks to work. I just, again, the why.
I think there's two sides of the coin. There's being too lax and being too strict. There's a letter of the law and the spirit of the law. And I think those are cases where maybe employees aren't supposed to take stuff from the discard bin. But if I'm going to throw it away and the guy has some mental disabilities, oh, well, I can turn
I'm not turning Corky in. Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Exactly. Exactly. Just not doing it.
He stole a fruit cup. I'll pay it.
And maybe corporate policy is you can't do that. Oh, well, I'm not going to report it.
Then I don't want to work for a store that wants to prosecute a kid who's autistic because he had fruit cups. I don't want to work for a store like that.
Exactly. Imagine, Yeah, it's that store in the region. I'd like to see the socioeconomic makeup of that where the store's put. I would bet you, and I could be completely wrong, but I bet you it's a little bit upper middle class.
Oh, well, dude, it's called Seven Hills.
Well, that probably means, yeah.
I mean, it's let's see what Seven Hills, Ohio is all about. It is okay, it's in Cuyahoga County. 11,720 is the makeup of it. It's yeah, I think it's upper middle.
That's what would make sense to me because
For that,
the median household income is 95,000.
yeah, for that area. So you got to think about Ohio. Ohio's still one of those. For those of you watching, Ohio's one of those states where you can still have a regular job and afford a house.
Yeah. So if they it only has a poverty rate of 4.6, yeah. Oh, this is, I guess, maybe the latest. It says the income is 112,000.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, there you go. It's a little upper middle class. And those are the people who have nothing better to do in their lives than the whine about Trump and retarded kids eating fruit cups. And I'm sure it's probably mostly white. 89.9%.
Yeah. And somebody's like, we did the right thing by turning him in because he could have come over to our house and had some fruit cups without even paying attention.
Yep. It's one of those things when we don't like it or not, but when you put too many middle-aged white women in one location, you could have a lot of Karen energy going around.
There's a lot of Karen energy.
And it's just like, yeah. But that goes for anything. You put too many, black middle-aged women, you got Shaniqua energy. You too many Hispanic, you get the wrong energies going around.
So we need a mixture.
Men, though, middle-aged men, they just want to be left alone mostly.
That's right.
Dude, leave me alone.
Have you met our wives?
Exactly.
They're the ones.
Leave me alone.
That's so that whole, like, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, God, who would freaking do this? And my thing is, where's the Meyer corporate people coming out going, hey, this is a no, right? Like, this is no. Give the guy $100,000 and get into school.
That's what's weird to me. That's what's weird to me. If I was the Meyer corporate, I'd be like, hey guys, I don't even need to fire the manager. I need to give him a good reprimand and say, this isn't how we run our business. And here, Corky, here's a raise. Sorry about this. Because you were like cutting deli meat or something.
I mean, that's just, 100 over. My thing is, it's 3 months, dude. They watched him for 3 months. They surveilled him for 3 months.
Is it just going, hey, Corky, don't do that.
Hey, we don't do that around here. If you need something, man, I'll get it. Just ask. Right?
Dude,
like,
I would, with their median income, any one of them could say, dude, I got you covered. I'll buy you a fruit cup. Yeah. It's like $2, whatever it is.
The manager claimed the theft amounted to over $110 over 3 months.
Over 3 months.
Yeah. Which what Denison said was the cost of some of his shift lunches, which he forgot to repay.
Oh, who would have thought somebody with mental disorders forgot to repay something?
Just this again.
The story doesn't get good no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, this isn't helping you guys.
Yeah.
The further I go, the worse it gets for you.
Yeah.
Oh, and then your revenue of $28 billion pops up on a yearly ad. It was 70,000 employees, and you do this. That's not a win.
At the supermarket we go to, one of the deli counter people.
Where do you go?
Is Stater Brothers or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the deli counter people is definitely learning disabled, and sometimes I just take what she gives me. I'd like a few ounces of that. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Right. You know what? I'd like 4, 5. Give me 5 chicken wings, 6 of those. Just give me a nice like half pound of wedges, and then she hands you like macaroni salad. You're like, sounds good.
Sounds good. I'm like, it's whatever. Yeah, seriously. I'm at that point like where I'm like, my big fat butt can enjoy. It's not like it's bad. They didn't give me poison. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Whatever, that's fine. Because what does it matter? Sometimes you have to make a little bit of compassion on people that that are got a little bit of struggle. And I don't want every time for her manager to go, did you just waste that?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
now
you're
that you know
wasting
this,
food.
dude, they may freaking California, they may take her outside because, one thing, if she was doing heroin, they'd be fine.
Yeah, it's true.
Speaking of compassion, did you see the judge died? Frank Caprio, he's that guy in Providence that people would come up and they'd have no money and he'd pay it for him or do whatever.
Yep.
He died yesterday.
Oh,
He said that he was so excited when he became a judge that his dad came to his first day when he was doing judging stuff. And there was a single mom of 4 kids who was broke, and he fucking just like trashed her and threw the book at her. And his dad said, that is no way to treat human beings. There was zero compassion. And he said from that day on, he realized, he goes, I saw everybody in their individual ways, who they were, what they were going through, and realized that in many cases, even though it was traffic court and stuff like that, I'm seeing them on a horrible day. And they're struggling. And I thought, yeah, we need more people like that.
100%.
Less people like Fred Meyer. We don't have Fred Meyer. We have Publix out here.
Oh, Publix. Yeah.
Publix is
Aldi?
Huh? We got
Aldi?
Aldi. We got Aldi. You know the story of Aldi?
German.
So do you know the guy that founded Aldi? Yes, he got kidnapped in the 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he gets kidnapped, and it's like a real kidnapping too. I mean, it's not fake. It's a great story. So they kidnap him, and then they want a ransom. He ends up paying like $2 million for the ransom, and he tries to write it off on his taxes, and they won't let him.
That's the best. Actually, that should be write-offable.
Oh, it is.
That one is like, okay, I'll let you do that one.
You guys didn't pay it. I did. That's a business expense.
Exactly. It's a total business expense. That's a funny story. It's a unique store.
It is.
It's a unique store. Yeah. I mean, they don't let me in.
No.
They also don't let Fievel in. He's standing next to me.
So I've been to.
It's really weird. It's like, oh, you guys, you're not in.
Germans, we don't allow you in here. Publix is pretty neat. That's kind of it's a little bit more upper end in the areas that are around here. What else do we have out here? We have but that's where we go. We go to Walmart a lot. We go, we do to stop shopping crazy. We order online.
Yeah. Well, here they have the fancy one, Irschwan or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is orange juice is $40. It's imported Japanese oranges that they squeeze fresh for you
while yelling at them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you're like, it's the most expensive market I've ever even seen. And I can't even pronounce it. That's how much I'm not supposed to be there. But it's like Irschwan or something like that. And it's just crazy expensive.
Is that where you get your $14 apple?
You can get that. And the Japanese have an obsession with fruit.
Yeah.
And so you can get the $20, strawberries. You can get the weird,
the grapes that cost $100 for a bushel for a little.
But are perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that. I think they take good grapes and glue them onto the stems, because how you get so many good looking grapes?
They talk about what they do with some of them, where they will get rid of, how we grow in mass. They will just shrink it down to where it's only going to produce one little thing of grapes. That's it. So it has room to grow. And it's perfect. And so they're able to charge that ridiculous amount.
And they charge it ridiculous, but it's good. And then they've started, I don't know if you guys have it there, where they dip them in a clear, like a crunchy sugar. So it's almost like a brulee on top of fruit. And it's got a crunch to it, but it's just like a grape or an orange or whatever is inside it. That's amazing. It's like crunchy fruit.
Yeah, they don't do that here at the Walmart. If it's crunchy, it's either two things: crack or it fell on the ground.
Yeah, Walmart I think is more just for you got it. That's all. Not here's an elevated version of it. No, there you go.
There you go. We just had a recall out here of Great Value shrimp. Yeah. I don't eat it, but it's because it's got radiation in it.
Oh. Yeah, that's not good.
By the way, shrimp, all of that stuff, crab, lobster, they're sea fleas. I say this over and over. If you walked in your house and one of those is walking around, you're like, we got to move.
You'd be scared.
Yes.
I don't know the first person that ate them.
They used to give them to prisoners.
They did.
Yeah.
He used to give them to prisoners, which was funny. He used
Because
to give them to
that's how it
slaves.
works. Anytime you go somewhere, they give you a bib and a hammer.
Dude, there is a nice fish place that gives you these giant crab legs. They're from like giant crabs, and
I would
it is
assume.
amazing.
No.
It is amazing. But it's one of those things where crabs are very rich meat. Like it's good, but then when you're eating a lot of it, you're like, wow, that's very rich. And you're dipping it in butter, and
I've
a
always
lot.
thought that people eat crab and lobster because it's just a way for the butter to be delivered to them.
It kind of is a butter delivery system. You really like if you don't have the butter, it feels sad.
God, that's gross though, man. I hate fish. I hate the smell of it, dude. I hate the smell of it. And you guys watching out there, you know that person at work who ruins the day when you walk by, like, who did the fish in the microwave? Because for the next 6 months, you can never put anything in there because it smells like
Horrible
fish.
But made me wonder because the new Aliens TV series came out.
Is that good?
If we could, it's actually pretty good. But if we could eat an alien, would it be like lobster?
No, I don't know. So
it has acid blood, so we have to get rid of that. But would the alien flesh be like eating really good lobster?
I have maybe.
Maybe.
So is it based on the movie?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's based on, and they come to Earth.
Okay.
And of course, corporations are evil. And this is just in the first 2 episodes. It's just the setup. Corporations are evil, and they of course want the aliens to try and
we
study
say that like, oh, of course it is. But let's be real. If aliens did come here way back in the day and they left stuff, they didn't leave it for the regular person. The military took it. If they want, because they want to figure out how to make the shit work. I mean, that's the old talk about, Area 51. They want to know how that stuff works.
Well, we do that when we cover just like back then, like a Russian tank or something. We would bring it back and re-engineer it. There was a very interesting video that was going around, which wasn't AI, according to AI detectors, of that triangular ship just hovering in the sky. And people are like, they don't think it's an alien, they think it's American.
Yeah. Well,
it's some technology that we just haven't been announced yet.
We just flew one of the planes they saw the other day over Area 51 or wherever that people got pictures of. That I guess it's a plane that flies with the other planes, and it can turn all of the other planes with it into essentially a stealth bomber, where they turn it so the radar is invisible.
Oh, that's cool.
Radar.
That's what you get with $1 trillion of military spending.
Yeah, that's what you get when that one line on there says $150 gazillion for stuff. What exactly is stuff? None of your business is what stuff.
None of your business. Do you remember when it was one of the guys, it was recently, military guys said that what we have can annihilate distance, and he never went deeper. But whatever we have, distance no longer becomes an issue. And that's incredible because they said so theoretically they say that we have the capability of traveling to other planets within hours, not months. We just keep it quiet because of course we don't want that kind of technology out there, because that means if we want to deliver a nuclear payload or a bomb, if we could get to Mars in an hour, we could get to Moscow in a minute or less. Yeah. But that was interesting when he actually mentioned that in a press conference, but didn't go deeper.
What was what was that guy's name? That was the weirdest hire that Trump ever made, because he's made some doozies, but it was the dude.
Hard to say.
It was the guy that was his press secretary for like 3 hours. Do you remember that guy? The Mariucci or Scaramucci.
Yep.
Scaramucci. He said the first thing he asked when he got his presidential clearance was, where's the aliens? And they took him aside and they said, what aliens? He goes, come on now. I want to know. He goes, I have a presidential clearance. He goes, and he said, somebody looked at him and said, that means nothing. He goes, we have a clearance above what the president can know.
Yep. There are levels of, yeah.
Well, I mean, I've seen Independence Day.
Yeah.
How did we do all this? Where do we go? Plausible deniability.
Well,
you don't really think it costs $500 for a hammer?
Yeah.
$50 million.
I had to see the security clearance, what it needs to get that. We were laughing basically at the end of every video you watch in your training, and you can go to jail. Oh, by the way, you can go to jail.
Yeah.
So
Unless
you
you're a
know why it's so.
congressman, a president, for you won't go to jail, but everybody else, you guys could all go to jail.
I'm wondering. It was the funniest thing. It's like, did you notice a person you work with just bought a new car? You should say something about it, because you're like, oh, okay, I should say something about. I'm like, we're watching everybody. You're checking because you're wanting to see, are people being paid? Is Joe staying, late at work in interesting times? And it tells you the chain of command to report them and all. It's very interesting. Did I say too much? Maybe I did, but I don't think so. I don't think that's.
No. I mean, that stuff is that's all common knowledge about that. But I like the fact that they're all, well, like I work for a tech firm. Everybody's got a new car.
Yeah. I'm like, I work usually in the entertainment industry where a lot of our people are just idiots. So they buy things they can't afford all the time.
Yeah. And he's here late at night because he's screwing his secretary.
And that's why he bought the Ferrari.
Yeah.
So he could finally,
Yeah,
he's in debt, people. You don't realize how debt he's in.
He drops off and he gets in the wagon to go home.
It was funny. I knew a guy that literally bought a Ferrari, not because he could afford it. He just wanted to look cool because he was trying to pick up chicks.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and you're like, it's funny. And, it's like, how much is your payment every month? But, he wanted to do it. More power to you. If you want to spend your money on that, do it. That's never been my thing. I can't fit in those cars.
Yeah, I don't.
They're made for little people.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would do. Like, I've been into several Ferraris, and they're horrible. Trying to get out of them, stupid.
You just crawl.
Yeah, you just kind of.
Because that makes you look really cool, by the way.
You just tip over like that. Exactly. Roll over on your knees, and you get up.
And you're crawling on the ground as you get up, like, look how cool I look.
Yeah, no. You know what I like? I was telling my wife, I said, we should trade our car in and get it. Like, I was looking at this new like family one of those vans, and I was like,
the new VW one.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was pretty sweet too.
That's pretty sweet, by the way.
But I was looking at one of those, like, and I'm like, oh, check out this new Odyssey and stuff. It's got its own vacuum in there. You think of those apples, huh?
Look at that. It can go 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. I have nowhere to go. But so when we moved out here, I was driving 130 miles a day, because you and I would talk every day on the way home.
Yeah.
And it was 65 miles each way. When we moved out here, we may put gas in once every 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow.
Because I live so close to work, when our car, the second or third week we're out here, we go to the grocery store and the battery's dead. It works fine. We get there, the battery's dead. So we take an Uber home, and then the next day my wife goes and, with AAA, and they bring it back here. We just need a new battery. She goes, I'll get on it. It was probably 4 weeks before we remembered we need to get a new battery, because we didn't go anywhere.
That's funny. That is funny.
I mean, because if I go down the building out here, I've got all these restaurants within, like Riley Green, who's a big country star. His restaurant is probably 50 yards from here. That's cool. Yeah, Old Dominion just opened up theirs. We've got.
But is it a variety of food, or is it basically
whatever you want? So
in like Mexican, Korean, Chinese.
Dude, if you were here, we've got Hattie B's, which is like the original like hot chicken.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got like just Chewy's Mexican restaurant. Then you go down to Broadway, and that's where all the tourists and everything go. But then if you go left, they got the Shishi place. They've got, the Japanese place. Yeah. And cool. Everything's within 10 minutes walk.
See, I kind of like that. When I was in New York or Boston, I like the fact that you could literally walk anywhere, because they're so tiny.
Yeah.
The cities are like people think they're big cities. I guess they are. But when I live here, I have to drive everywhere.
Well, they build up, right? Like, see, like in California, we built out.
Yeah.
They built up. They're like, everybody's going to live here and everything's going to be centered around here, and we're just going to build up in the air.
And it's cool though, because you're like, I just can walk there.
You can just walk.
Like, it's like right here. And it was kind of cool. You're like, oh, because nobody was like, I got to get my car, got to get an Uber and stuff. They were like, even like it was in Boston, let's go to lunch. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just walk. And it was like a couple blocks away.
We were, because I've got a couple friends from New York, and they're like, they got their license when they were like 30, because they lived in the city. They had no reason to ever have a license.
Yep. It's weird. I mean, I think anybody who lives in the middle America need the license, because it's still large.
You're driving somewhere.
But they don't even drive that much, and there's no real traffic. this last weekend we were just going to a soup plantation, and it took over an hour to get there because of the traffic and all the accidents.
And that's across the street.
And it's just amazing. It's like, we're going to fancy. We're going it took us an hour to get to a soup plantation.
Because we've got bad traffic. They talk about, oh, traffic's horrible here. Traffic. And it's, I was like, you guys, it is. No, I said, it's maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm from LA. We're professionals. Because the thing is, our traffic that's bad is, so here's Nashville. This is where the traffic's bad. Like, there's Nashville just on the outside. This is LA. This is everywhere else. And this is where all the traffic's bad. 2 a.m. on a Saturday, traffic's bad. 3 in the afternoon on a Sunday, traffic's bad.
Well, it's amazing when you can have traffic slowdowns at midnight, 1 a.m.
It's so weird when you're driving to LA and you look around and you're thinking, it's 1:30 or 2 in the morning. Like, where are you people going? I landed here.
Where are all these people going?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Well, what's open this late?
And one of the big phenomena, I don't know if you have, is people walking their dogs at 1 and 2 a.m.
Yeah.
People we have the vampires come out and just do normal life. And you're like, well, I don't have anything to speak because I'm up at those times too. So it's weird. But you're just like, how many weirdos are there?
A lot.
Because I thought I was really a nocturnal weirdo. And then you look around, you're like, there's so many people still out.
When I was in, I was in Arizona, like during this time of year, from really like July through till September, you would see, like when I drive to work at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, people were out running because they couldn't work out at, and it's still 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But it's so weird. Like here, yeah, of course, like on Friday and Saturdays, the place is a zoo because I'm on Broadway and District, which is in the heart of, music. Where I'm on Music Rose across the street. So it's a party all the time.
Yeah.
It is. Like I'll be walking home tomorrow. It'll be kind of busy tonight because it's Thursday, Thursday, and the college is back in. So that's another big deal that just started this week. But when I come tomorrow, it'll be a zoo like you cannot believe.
That's kind of cool, though. I watch these movies about people who live like in small towns in the middle of nowhere and like they don't have neighbors anywhere around them. Those freak me out.
Yeah, kind of weird.
I'm like, dude, what do you mean you have like 2 or 3 acres of land with nobody around you for, maybe a mile? And you're just in the middle of nowhere. You could, if you died, no one would even know.
No one even know.
Now, I guess it's a less chance of you to die there, where there's more chance of someone wanting to kill me here. But it's still creepier.
Yeah,
because you can't kill me without people knowing. We're too dense. There'd be like 8 people. Even if it was, be like, oh, that guy's trying to kill that guy.
Yeah. Or eventually somebody'd smell you. If you're 50 miles from it, nobody's gonna smell your ass.
Exactly.
Like, what happened? I don't know. You'd have to have a well check.
Well, exactly. I don't know why. I do want to live in a small town. My wife says I'd hate it, but I always want to live in a small town for a little while. Move in, talk to the people on the general store that are in their rocking chairs, smoking pipes.
I think if they weren't doing that, you'd be sad. I could feel like you could roll up in overalls with a banjo and a pipe and think that, hey, what's going on? You guys want to pick?
Yeah,
I feel like that's, and there's just me. What are you
talking?
It's
like, we have family in West Virginia.
Oh, yes, we do.
I've been planning to go and visit them, but it's very, very kind of that small town West Virginia.
They live in a holler. They live right next to a holler.
They live in a and so part of me is like, that's scary.
Yeah,
that's scary. I mean, West Virginia seems like a nice enough place.
It's one of the few places also in America that you can still afford a house.
They can still afford houses. They can live a decent life, but it's gonna be a culture shock.
Oh, it is.
I'm sure I'm a culture shock for them
because you went to Birmingham.
Yeah, Birmingham is very unique. It seems like it's white and black people. All of that part. It's white and black people. They don't seem to have a lot of mix of people, and they're very segregated still, but good barbecue. We went to a little hole in the wall that was run by a big fat black guy, and good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. If a white woman comes out and she's 84 pounds, you need to turn and leave.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But
and then
but Birmingham, it's a small big. it's small, but it's big for the area comparatively to where like our cousins live.
Yeah.
You know,
They live. It's like I looked up Charleston, West Virginia. They don't even have an Apple store. And that's like one of their main cities.
You guys got any geniuses around here?
No. Exactly. It's just funny to me. I'm like, you guys don't have anything like that. You don't have the, maybe they have one movie theater or two, and it's weird. It's just weird. But it'd be fun. But it is a culture shock.
It's a culture shock. It is. You think, Willie? And I always, if you're in your 20s, go live in a big city, go have fun, do that once or twice. You're in your 40s and your 50s, you're raising your kids. You go to a place that's smaller, that allows your kids to live a life where you can live like they used to in the 80s, and you get to know your neighbors.
Yeah, which is a weird concept too.
Yeah, because you guys have a condo, right? Do you know any of your neighbors?
No.
We've lived here for a year, and I've seen like 5 people.
Yeah,
in this giant building.
It's everybody got lives to live and things to do, and the most you say is, "Hey."
Yeah, if they'll even say, "Hey," back. Kids don't even do that today. When I walk home, every day there's people from the college, and they do this.
Yeah, oh my God! If you're not a avatar or a text message, they're terrified of you.
Yeah.
Which is just that's back on this whole thing about our society is going under.
Well, it's like TikTok, right? Like remember when TikTok was going to go away, and then Trump extended it, and then they extended. This is the third extension that they're working on. The law says the president and Congress is only allowed to extend it one time for 90 days. This is the third, soon to be fourth, because they're not getting rid of it because they fucking joined TikTok today on the White House.
Yeah. Well,
the only thing they've done bipartisan in the last 20 years was trying to ban TikTok, and then everybody got pissed and like, well, we can't get rid of it now.
But you know what? Honestly, if an American company can take it over, we should. It's a giant thing. I get most of my ghost videos from TikTok.
Here's the problem, though, Paul. Their algorithm is a military secret, and that's the only thing you really want. You can replicate a lot of that crap on your own if you're a big company with lots of money, but the algorithm is the only thing you care about.
Well, you also want the user base. So if you ended up implementing your own algorithm,
is the thing that brings the user base and keeps it.
Exactly. And your algorithm isn't, push transgenderism to 5-year-olds. It still, I think, would work because you have a giant user base.
But would they stay?
I don't think people really like that stuff. So I do. Like if your algorithm still gives me, I love those stupid ghosts. I send you a lot of ghosts and monster videos. And that's my feed. My feed is pretty much 99%. It knows what I like and it's going to give it to me. It's like, oh, you like horror this, you like a monster. Here's somebody that saw a ghost, who's somebody that, got scared by a rabbit, or, it's a ridiculous amount of things. And it's a smart algorithm. Instagram is very repetitive algorithm.
Yes.
It's not as good, not even close.
No.
And I think it's, I don't know why. I think that because they're more focused on ads.
Well, the thing is, TikTok, you can't monetize Twitter. They tried that. It didn't work. It never worked. Monetizing Twitter, it doesn't happen. X has never been monetized. It's never going to be. Monetize YouTube, obviously. Instagram is monetized as well. TikTok does a pretty good job at but you got to get to a certain level.
Yeah.
To monetize.
Yep.
And you can make more money with less on YouTube than, you'll see people that I got 28 billion followers on TikTok. And you make good money, but compared to somebody who's got 1 million followers talking about flat Earth, you don't make as much.
No, it's a very interesting. I think America should buy it. I think the audience
only if you get the algorithm.
Well,
the user base is great, but if you can't replicate that and keep people engaged, that's the issue.
We would like to see if our people can keep people engaged better than because TikTok in China is completely different.
Yeah.
Its algorithm gives you different things, does different things.
For the kids, it's got cutoffs that only allows you to watch for so many hours. I mean, it's a
It
much
doesn't push any of the woke stuff.
no. I don't get any woke stuff.
Well, because the majority of the world isn't into that stuff.
So I don't get any of the woke stuff. Yeah, but you got to think about it too. The reason that China their whole goal is to upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
So they push stuff, but I don't really get there's not a lot of woke. Even I see when I go to Insta, I do get some crazy woke stuff, but that's because, I think they're hilarious. And because I do politics and stuff, they'll send me that. But I also get a lot of crazy, wacky, like out of nowhere. I'm sitting there watching this guy like fight, a freaking monkey. And I'm like, what? And then I got to watch it. I don't know who's going to win.
You never know what's going to win. You know what a monkey's got?
No, that monkey's strong. He's got 8 friends. You didn't even know they were there. They're going to kick your ass. They're going to eat your face.
Exactly. They love to eat faces.
Don't get a baboon. They're going to eat you.
They're just going to eat you. And they got teeth like that.
I tell everybody, I've told everybody for years, I've had just about every animal on the planet. You know this. And I've had several friends with monkeys, and they're like, don't ever do it, dude. It's a drunk midget that's freaking always ready to kill you.
It's ready to kill you. Yep.
Like this, right? Because it is. And got to always have a diaper on it. Never wants to be left alone. Don't get any kind of just any primate, anything. They'll eat your face if they're given the chance.
Like a cat. A cat, what do they say? If you were to die and a cat was left alone, it like starts eating you like the day one, where a dog will wait till it's like starving before it would eat its owner. You
know who makes that up? Dogs.
Dogs probably. That's dog propaganda.
Dogs are the one writing the propaganda for the cat, probably against the cats.
Cat's gonna eat you day one.
The cat's like, we're not gonna eat you. We're gonna get out of the house. These idiots can't get out of the house. I can hunt. This thing's stupid.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you ever see the scared cat? The guy, there was a mouse in the house, and the guy was chasing it, and the cat was just screaming to be let out of the room instead of helping get the mouse. And I was like, that's just hilarious. That's when domestication goes too far.
Did you see it's out there now? The lady she's in bed, and it's like they got the Ring doorbell, it's got the cameras and everything, and she knows her cat does something, and she's out like a light, and the cat jumps up on the bed, and it's got a giant rat, and it just takes it up to the pillow and drops it to her. And I'm thinking, that is awesome. She's sleeping. So she woke up in the morning, found that giant ass rat.
He's the best.
He's like,
Did you see that killer whales are giving humans gifts and food? It's become a phenomenon. We don't know why. And scientists are trying to figure out why. And not only will they give a human, like, here's a fish or something, they'll just watch to see what the human's reaction is. Now scientists trying to figure out what is behind that. Like,
you hold up a fish, you're like, it's not my size. I got to take it back. I appreciate the thought. That's
exactly.
You know who else that is? Ravens and crows.
Crows could
remember who you are,
and they hold a grudge.
They hold a grudge, but they will remember who you are. And if you do something nice for me, you're nice for them. You hear stories all the time, like lady lost her wedding ring, and she was nice to the crows, and the next thing you know, 2 days later, there's her wedding ring because they spotted it and dropped it off. Right?
Because they're so incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
They're the only other animal we know of that uses tools. Like, my favorite thing is watching the crow. They put food in this container, and they put a wire next to it. No, I don't think they knew they'd left the wire. And the crow turned the wire into a hook and reached in and grabbed the food out. Monkeys can't do that. The crow used its little brain and figured out, I can get that if I make a hook out of this.
And they can talk.
Yeah.
You can train them to talk.
Which is why when I watch these like horror videos and you show people deep in the woods and they hear like somebody like talking, I'm like, what if it's like a crow or something?
Just screwing around. Hey,
just screwing with you. Yeah.
What's this? We're coming to get you.
Yeah.
I saw that in a movie once.
No one can hear you scream.
Remember that witch movie? You're gonna die here.
Exactly. And I was like, nobody jumps to that conclusion. It's the Occam's razor thing. It's a Bigfoot. Maybe not. What if it's a talking bird?
That would be great.
And it's literally just watching you like run around scared.
Was it Andrew Jackson he had the bird and that cursed, and they made it leave its funeral because it wouldn't stop cussing?
Oh, that's funny.
After he died, his parrot, just filthy language.
That's the one.
Why have they never done a movie about him?
Well, that's true. Well, because he fought for the South.
Oh, he's just, Some guy tried to shoot me. What'd you do? I beat the shit out of him with my cane, and then we erected a statue of me.
Actually, it
I've
would
been
make a
shot
great
whole
movie.
bunch. Yeah.
It would. It was fascinating life. But what was it? Trump. They got mad at Trump because what did he say about the slavery museum?
Oh, the Smithsonian.
Smithsonian. Something about that. Maybe we shouldn't just focus on the bad and also focus on the
He's
good.
having everything change. Yeah. And what here? Well, here's what one of his people. Some of his people are so fucking bizarre. One of his people said we need to focus on the positivity of slavery. I've got it right here because I was going to do it tomorrow, along with. White House says slavery being taught wrong should not be so negative. Come on, guys. It wasn't all that bad.
I think what they mean, they're just bad at communicating. Well, they're not bad at communicating. Everybody wants to make fun of them, but what they mean is
bad at communicating.
No, you know what was good about slavery? Was it 600 white men died in order to set them free? Slavery became an issue that there was so much good that happened from the North, not the South, in order to overturn slavery, that should be more of the story being told because it's true.
Well, I think we need to tell all the story. I don't want it to come in there and go, they all enjoyed it and they enjoyed working outside with their hands. Or
but again, it's
let's just not have it. No,
they're of course going to say that. Of course they're going to, because if anything happens from Trump, they're going to give in the worst light possible.
Trump didn't say this. This is one of his people.
But anything around him, it's going to be in the worst light possible. When I interpret that as that's true. The good things of slavery was we fought a war and hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives in order to free slaves and end the slavery movement. That's all good stuff that should be taught.
Do we have our warts? 100%. As every nation does. Did we go and fix that at that time the best we could eventually? Yes. Did we? All of those things are true, and we should talk about how far we've come. But don't sanitize it. Just let's keep it real. But let's have it all. Yes, it was bad. Yes, it was horrible. Yes, we eventually went and we fought a war over it as a nation that fractured us, and it fractured us for longer than most people even realize. And eventually we've overcome this, and we overcome, the civil rights movement came in and did. We have to tell the good. We can't just be negative.
Exactly.
And we can't just go, everything was great. Let's just tell the real story.
From 1776, one of the first things was an anti-slavery bill that they wanted to put through, but they thought it would ruin the Union that was very, very slow,
very fragile at the time.
Very fragile. The Republican Party was the anti-slavery movement. That's how it was established. If you want to talk about civil rights, the Democrats hated civil rights. Only the reason why the civil rights bill in the 60s passed is because of Republicans.
Yeah, they pushed hard against it.
The Democrats hated
it. All of it.
Yep. This is the history that needs to be told. The history is the heroism. If something bad happens, like Nazis, imagine if all we talked about was how bad the Nazis were and not the heroic things done by the Allies to defeat the Nazis. That's how slavery should be told. The heroic things done by free people to make sure everyone could enjoy freedom. That's a good story because it's a true story.
Yeah, it's a true story.
I mean, you focus on just the other part.
No, which is the big issue, right? Like that's always the issue. Everybody goes and they focus on only the worst of the worst.
Oh, yep.
Or they do whitewash something and they make it so look at how amazing this is. Nobody else like when they used to tell you about Vietnam and this is what happened. You're like, what about the secret bombings in Cambodia and the fact that you guys lied about the ship being bombed, even though and you got us in deeper. What about let's tell the whole story.
We are not a society that likes the whole story because it's complicated, and we're a society that likes simple things. The whole story is a mix of things.
Yeah.
And
nuance is completely lost on human beings.
Exactly. And that's the biggest problem too. What Trump's people or what Trump is doing is more of let's explain the whole story. Let's do a nuanced approach to this. but that's not how it's going to be taken. It's
Well,
like,
I don't
he's
know.
not
I
right.
don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be that? It's a possibility. I mean, I think if you gave Trump the opportunity to take away everything, he probably would and just put it. But
Okay, I'll agree with you. If it turns into just a bunch of slaves drinking tea and enjoying life,
yeah, yeah.
then I think that's not what we were wanting. But if it turns into a story of how bad things were happening and we took it over and got rid of it
And
forever.
that people decided that bad things can't happen. This is not right. This is not who we are.
This is
And
not exactly.
the change. That's what you
That's
need
a great
to know,
story. But you
right?
100%. If all the slaves are like, we loving this.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
greatest thing ever.
Love the hustle, guys. Well done. You
Look
know.
how much I can pick of cotton.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the you've got to tell it all.
You
I
gotta
don't
tell
want
it
it
all.
whitewashed.
Yeah, you can't whitewash that. But I always thought it was weird that we didn't focus more on the sacrifices of that many dead people willing to give their lives to make other people free. It's kind of like there was a story in England when the slave trade was happening, they got rid of it. How many white men died trying to save slaves that were drowning in one of the ships? Because of course the slavers wanted to sink the ship.
Yeah.
You know, they would be prosecuted for slave trade, and British sailors died trying to save as many as they could. Those are great stories.
Yeah,
Those are people that gave their lives to try and save other humans, but they don't want to talk about that. And that's the thing. I think, yeah, that's what I think that Trump, because that's the stuff I always like we should talk about that.
I want to know the whole story. I want to know the whole story. Everything. Give it to me. I want warts and all. I want, Pew's got a new poll out about what Americans think is the gravest danger to America.
Oh, interesting.
And like what
aliens,
climate change was like 50%. The like a virus was 50%. The what was it? Terrorism was 61%. Global economy collapse was 60%. 70%, the highest, misinformation and disinformation on the internet because of the strife it causes.
You know what? That's probably true.
Yeah. And you know what I think about that? It's the same thing I say every single day. I will scroll through my TikToks and stuff, and there'll be somebody who'll push something like so-and-so has died, a star. And you're like, he didn't fucking die. Right. And I'll look at, I just always go right to the comments, and everybody's like, oh, that person was a great singer, a great actor. And I'm thinking, you idiots didn't even fucking take 2 seconds to look. No.
I just saw one about some kind of war or bombing that America started bombing Venezuela. Was it Venezuela that we sent the warships to?
Yeah, we did.
With Maduro? That we started bombing them. And I'm like,
we haven't bombed them yet.
We didn't bomb Venezuela.
No.
And it was showing pictures because of AI of Venezuelan buildings burning and stuff. And I'm like,
no, those are just burning because they're freaking trying to barbecue.
Exactly. They're just running from heat. They don't have any, they're trying to make a barbecue.
But nobody takes 2 seconds.
Nobody takes 2 seconds because it looked real. It looked like a news thing, but I'm like, that didn't happen.
And AI is only making it worse.
It's making it worse because it looked like a news story.
And we're also people, and I said this today because I get in arguments all the time here locally, my local show, because people want affirmation. They've made themselves red and blue. They're no longer Americans. They're MAGA, or they're conservative, they're progressive, or they're liberal, they're blue or they're red, and they don't want to know anything that goes against or challenges their belief because they take it personal.
Yeah.
And that is not a good place to be as human beings.
Well, it's like Jubilee had that one woman on. She was a black woman, and there were other, Jubilee is this thing where you're basically debating a group of people.
Yeah.
And she was the person on the hot seat debating a bunch of people, and up came a black guy and started going crime statistics to present to her. And she said, none of that's real. Wait a minute. You were presented with legitimate facts, but you, as a professor with a graduate degree in whatever, just told this young black guy that all his facts, they're not real, and he needs to believe your oppression, dialogue, your oppression, narrative, because he's been misinformed. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
How could she should be smart enough to go, these are facts. If she had a better argument, these are facts, but here's.
Yeah. But you know what? Those are facts, and they are not. Let me tell you, the Where did you get those facts? You got them there. Have you seen these facts? This data. And that's the other part of it too, is we're at the point now where I tell everybody, when I do stories, I have to read 5 different things and put the puzzle pieces together. You left out this. You didn't even talk about this. You left out this. You didn't even, this over here was completely left out. You didn't even mention this. And then you put the puzzle pieces together.
Well, it's like, what's happening with Canada right now and the tariffs. Again, everybody acts like the tariffs aren't doing anything, blah, blah, blah. And yet, if you look into it, tariffs seem to be doing stuff, and it seems to be doing good for America. Mark Carney, whoever it is, the Canadian Prime Minister, is whining because we've just increased the tariffs to 30, something big on, what was it, aluminum or something like that, wood and something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you hear this if you listen to commentary outside of our world. In America, it would make Trump look good, so you don't hear anything about any of this. And that is the product too. I hear all this whine. Like I always said, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm a reality supporter.
Yeah, I only care about truth.
I only care about truth. Guess what? Are tariffs good? They may be. The facts seem to be lining up that they're not a bad idea.
It depends. It depends on where you are. Like if you're a farmer and now that your stuff is under, you're screwed. Shit happens, right? Because maybe the guy across the street that's making lumber, it's not going to be perfect. And we're going to find out because these are long-term.
Nothing in this world's perfect, but that's not what you're going to hear from the media. You're going to hear one simple thing without a nuanced approach to what the data really says. Trump doesn't do anything with tariffs.
You know why he put the new tariffs on? Do you know why he put the new tariffs on?
They weren't coming fast enough for negotiations, basically, or something like that, right?
So no, the reason he increased these is because of Canada's recognition of Palestine.
That's not what I heard.
Yep.
That's interesting. I heard it's because they weren't willing to negotiate and they gave them a timetable.
Now, I don't know. Again, tell me which tariffs are on Canada. That's the other stuff. Like, here's a perfect example of the tariffs. Everybody's like, they don't take our milk or cheese. They tariff that. I go, they don't tariff it. They tariff it if it gets to a certain level. They never tariff it afterward. We've never gotten to that level. So you'd have to have like $50 billion pounds of cheese come through. I don't even, how much cheese do we even make?
A lot. Wisconsin makes a lot. It's 6% of Canadian exports. So he raised it to 35% August 1st.
Yeah.
It's aimed at products that do not meet the CUSMA compliance.
He said that day before, he goes, he did not mind that British Prime Minister Keir Starmer was taking the position on Palestine, but he was not happy about the French guy. Like, I'm like, why? You're not really doing this, right? You can't.
According to who? According to Trump's mouth?
That's Truth Social.
According to Trump's mouth?
Yeah, Truth Social. His Truth Social.
No, but he doesn't control everything that's posted there. Did he post that himself?
You don't think I think he controls his truth.
That's not
the White House may be his. The White House may be his. I don't know. I don't even know
because
do you have Truth Social? Because I don't. I can't. You know what? I draw the line at. So I have too much crap.
I have Truth Social. I never look at Truth Social. I'm more of I look at X, Instagram, that kind of thing. But I do know if the tariffs were failures, we would hear it all through the media. The fact that we don't know about a lot of it is because they're working. Because
the fact that we don't know is because they're so incomplete.
Again, we don't know that. When I look at other
so incomplete compared to what that is actually done, because some of it's 6%, some of it's 8%, and a lot of it is like, we're going to tariff you 75%, but we really need that medicine, and so we're not going to tariff you on that, and you don't tariff us on this.
Which is called negotiations.
They see a number and everybody freaks. Like, we went after India because of the oil. We're trying to get them, and by the way, they looked at us and said, fuck you, we don't care. Like, okay, settle down with that. Being angry at me. And they didn't even blink when it came to that. Because you got 1.5 gazillion people. You got to freaking make sure shit's warm or cold or whatever.
Like I said, when I listen to the Canadian press, they're talking and whining about how basically the Canadian economy is going to go under.
The Canadian economy was shit anyways. This just really accelerated their shit.
It's accelerated. And Trump diverted a lot of gas and stuff to Europeans because they needed it and bypassed the Canadian thing and put the tariffs on it. When you listen to what's happening, you realize oh, I guess Trump isn't orange man bad, dumb.
No,
Because if I'm going to be a reasonable person and I look at this, I say, that's not a bad use of American soft
no,
power.
some of it is, you got to use some of these things. The fact that people in the past haven't, any other president, because I just think it was never a big deal. People didn't think about it. If it wasn't broke, don't fix it. Nobody's whining
Exactly,
about it.
because they just wanted the status quo. And again, if you're on the side of reality, Trump is not Hitler. Trump's policies aren't all bad.
No, they're
There are
not all bad.
benefits to America. That's just facts.
Yeah. How much do
If
we?
you're
we
one of
we
these
poured a ton of
crazy
oil.
MSNBC people,
They're
Trump's
not
racist.
MSNBC, Paul. It's MS
Oh, yeah.
Now.
MS Now. But it gets, like I said, this is when you're saying 70% of people are scared of the disinformation. I am too. Because people believe the lies against everything this administration does. And they just run with it. And the Democrats have pushed every lie you can think of, from Russia to the Very Fine People hoax, to go down the list. Knowingly debunked things they've pushed. Even this redistricting thing. They have district more than the Republicans ever have. But they're acting like the Republicans doing it in Texas is the end of the world.
No, it's, as I tell everybody, it's not illegal. It is. And look, Texas, if Trump would never have called them, they wouldn't have done it.
No,
So,
but why can Democrats do it in every single Democrat?
Democrats and Republicans do it, but they all do it at the same time. They do it after the census.
Well, luckily, the Republicans haven't done it like the Democrats. Democrats have no room. The Republicans will win in this redistricting because they have so much more.
They can't. Well, as of tonight, and I'm talking to my buddy Jim here in a little bit. California is going to redistrict, add another 5 Democrat seats.
Yeah, but there's more Republican states that haven't done this yet.
Yeah,
and Florida, they said if you look at it, Republicans will win this battle.
Yeah, they will. They will. Well, here's the way this. I'll tell you who wins when the judges decide exactly whether or not you can redistrict in these areas.
But if a judge decides against it and they allow Wisconsin to have where Boston is, Massachusetts, to have 0 Republican, even though they have about 40% of Republican voters, 0 Republican representation. If you allow that, but you don't allow Republicans to do the exact same thing, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Because why can't Republicans do what the Democrats do?
They both do it.
They don't. The Republicans, they showed how many states the Republicans haven't done it yet.
They're so guilty of it. California does it, right? Texas has done it for a long time. Every state, the only state that's competitive for anything? Arizona.
It's kind of in the middle.
It's purple.
Which is how everything should be. The district should be fairly distributed.
And they're not, because what Texas is drawing up basically says, okay, you guys are Latino, you guys are Black. We're going to put you over here, but we're going to break you guys kind of up, and we're going to dilute your vote. And that's what they do. Like, California is going to draw something a little bit further into Bakersfield and into the Inland Empire, the places where it's red, and just slowly dissipate their vote, which is shit.
The California voters aren't for it, though.
No,
again,
no.
You literally have dictatorships, but no one talks. The press never talks about that.
No, the California voters are not. I don't think they're enthused. Well, they're not enthused by any of it. They're still pissed off. Why haven't you guys built a house yet out there?
Exactly. Why is Malibu still not in ruins? Why is the Palisades? Why are Californians do not like that. They don't want this, but I never hear those stories in the news about evil California cheating the people out of their voice.
Because you know what? People look at California, you do your own shit, right? You guys don't complain about it.
Do their own thing then. Why can't the rest of the red states do their own thing?
They can go ahead and do their own thing, but they both, it looked like North Carolina redrew their districts a couple years ago to the point where they're like, all right, this area over here it's got Black people. You guys aren't allowed to vote. and then the courts came in and said, no, you have to redraw them again. It's like, and they did the same thing in Wisconsin when the liberals did it. You guys can't draw it up this way. You guys, and there's a case. So all of these are going to go to court. The case that everybody needs to pay attention to is the case that is going to Supreme Court in Louisiana, because they redrew their districts, and that's being challenged based on the Voter Rights Act. And that is going to be a big deal, because if they win that and you got to redraw your districts, then it's going to be tougher. We need to just go, what's the best way to do this? We've got AI. Run 12 models. They don't care.
They don't care. They don't play in that game. They're literally going to say, here's population distributions, here's cut off and just equal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it could be Asian, black, white, Hispanic.
No,
It just boom.
When I did 2 models and then put them together, the way they drew it up was it would basically be almost a dead heat. But there would be anywhere between 40 and 80 seats almost all the time up for grabs. And it was all based just like, okay, if you've got 5 million people, we're going to draw up this many things. It's going to be like 800,000 here, 800,000 here, not 400,000, and then 3 streets this way is yours. Which is how they do it. And that's go look at Illinois. Illinois has they have like a one area, and then it has tentacles.
I don't even believe people like AOC or Omar or what. I don't believe if they didn't have these gerrymandered districts, they would ever stay in power.
No,
because you're like, I've met Muslim people. They are not crazy liberals like that Omar lady is.
And
they are very more traditional people.
The other thing about like when you do this, you make people, when you go and gerrymander, and this is the thing I don't think people realize. You make the general useless. The general doesn't matter anymore because you have now all you have to do. So what you're going to get is more extremes, more people far to the left and far to the right, and you're going to get less stuff done because your goal was to protect your numbers and your fiefdom. You don't care about the millions. You care about 435 and 100.
And that's why it's good to see the Republicans finally fighting back. They said, if you guys are going to gerrymander to the point where we have no representation in some of your states or next to none, we're going to do the same thing. And it's exciting. It's like, finally, you guys grew a set. And you said, we're not just going to sit back and let you guys cheat. We'll also fight fire with fire.
They both cheat. That's the thing, man. They both cheat.
But objective reality says they didn't, because they didn't do it to the point that all these blue states did. They didn't gerrymander to that point where it's almost impossible for 40% of the voters to get equal representation if you're a Republican. Republicans need to do that.
But like what did was there like 35-40% of the vote was for Kamala in Texas? Now they're going to have no representation either.
40% of the vote is Republican in California, and they're going to take away all our vote.
Yeah,
we only have 5 seats in all of California. They're going to take away our vote.
Yeah, they
are. It's okay when a Democratic does it.
No, it's not good for any of them. That's the whole thing. Everybody's like, well, my side's doing it. It's about time. No, you fucking idiots. It's bad for everybody.
But it's only the reason why it's good. It may be bad for everybody, but why continue to lose a battle and not fight back?
You haven't lost.
If Republicans just allow them to continue this, they will lose without fighting back. And so there comes a point where you're like, you know what? You guys are unreasonable and weirdos and nut jobs, and we're going to use the same tactics you use. Just like how they did the voter harvesting. The Democrats in the last election voter harvest in order to win. Republicans did this time because they said, why are you allowed to voter harvest and we're not going to?
Okay, let's see here. I'm looking up all the gerrymanderings here. So the best, let's say gerrymandering, Republican states, 21, Democrat states, 22.
And well, not gerrymandered to the point of gerrymandering. In other words, how many?
Paul's this is the way this gerrymander. Let's pretend if you're on the other side, right? If you're a Democrat in Texas, this is gerrymandering. If you're a Republican in Texas, this is redistricting.
Or if you're a Democratic, it's becoming fair, and if you're a Republican, it's destroying democracy. Because gerrymandering, for example, in again, I use Boston, Massachusetts, where 40% of the population is Republican with absolutely zero Republican representation.
They have 5 seats in the state house and none at the federal level. All 9 are Democrats. The governors have all been Democrats for the last umpteen years. They have zero representation.
According to Illinois, who did it horribly for Democrats. Maryland and Oregon, it's all Democrat. California, it's towards Democrats. To the huge, he goes, Democrats secured 14 out of 17 congressional seats in Illinois, even though Democrats only got 54% of the vote.
So right now, currently, Republicans have more states under redistricting control and have historically leveraged the advantage through structural strategies like red map. Democrats govern through commissions, which they have, like California's got that one. The whole thing is in California, you redistrict like most states, they redistrict after the census. And a lot of states, Michigan, a lot of them have a nonpartisan commission that comes in and goes, all right, here's how you draw it up.
So Republicans have more opportunities gerrymander than Democrats across the country because Democrats have already done it all.
Yeah.
And so in the thing, if Republicans decide to grow a set, they will beat them because they've already done everything they can. The Democrats have. Republicans haven't yet. Which is, like I said, you can't let one side cheat nonstop and do nothing about it because you want. It's like I can't. I'm in a fight and I'm like to kick that guy in the nuts. Now he's going to continuously kick me in the nuts, but I'm only going to do proper pugilistic rules because it's bad to kick someone in the nuts.
Wisconsin has Princeton has their gerrymandering project where they give out the what's it called? They give it like A through F. Wisconsin has got an F. It's currently map favors Republicans, 6 Republicans to 2 Democrats for the state's 8 congressional seats. And they get an F. Illinois, they get like a G. They're so bad.
That's funny.
Illinois has like the worst.
California, Maryland, Oregon, all those crazy nut job places. To me, at the end of the day, like I said, to make a fight fair, sometimes you have to fight with the same tools as the other side.
I'm okay with. Well, no, I'm not okay with that. What we need to do is we all need to stand up as voters and say, "Here's the deal, guys. These fucking idiots can pick us and keep their fiefdom and run our fucking country into the ground, or we can pick them and actually make them get shit done and have to do work, not just show up every 2 years."
We'll never be able to do that. If we allow Democrats to do this and they take over the House, you know what their main priority is? Impeaching Trump, not helping the American people.
No.
They will literally stall everything just to impeach Trump.
Helping the American people. They're helping themselves.
They're just, they're
it's party first, personal second, and if there's something left over, the people can have something.
And so that's what it's like. Well, at least the Republicans, I am happy that they're doing what they're doing with deportations. I'm happy that they're doing what they're doing with trying to change our economic outcomes. So America always has, the lion's share of wealth. There's all these policies that I am down for. The Democrats will just stall it all.
We'll always have the lion's share of wealth.
Hopefully.
And the reason is simple. It's because in reality, we're run by corporatists. The corporations will always make sure that we're doing fine. That's who's running everything.
Yeah. Hopefully. But even people like Trump's got to fight the deep state. Well, what about just the non-deep state, the ones we see, the constant lies from the left and the media and the Democrats that nobody calls them out on? That like the Joe Rogans and people started, but for the most part, people are waking up because they're like, you guys lie to us nonstop.
Yeah, well, that's why nobody watches them anymore. They have no power.
But why do I even think people that lie that much should be in charge of anything?
I mean,
what would be the argument to say that, well, Democrats should have at least 40% of all or 50% of everything too, but they just lie and do nothing for the people? Why should they have any power?
I'd like to see what would happen if we were all just split. You know what? We're going to make it even, right? We're going to have 550 seats. We're going to make this damn thing even. Everybody's going to get the same amount at the House. We're going to be drawn even. Now you guys got to go get shit done. No reason to lie, because if you don't get shit done, we're all voting you fuckers out.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, yeah.
Guess what?
You got to talk to them, and don't fucking care what your Instagram or your Twitter says. It means nothing.
Didn't Washington Post put out an article that we need to get rid of the Electoral College, get rid of the Supreme Court, get rid of
I'm sure they did.
Like all this stuff. You're like, you hate America because you want some weird power. I don't see Republicans saying all this stuff.
No, I think if they could, they would.
And my objective reason if the one side says super crazy stuff that would destroy our country and the other side isn't, well, maybe it's hiding it, but the point is, I don't see it in the policies they're trying to implement, and I don't hear them saying it. One side have crazy policies and crazy rhetoric and are trying to prop up a communist.
Who's the communist?
The New York mayor. You have them all coming out behind him, kissing that guy's butt left and right.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. What did George Will say the other day? Every once in a while, people need to see what happens firsthand. Here's the thing. It means nothing. Let him be as fucking communistic as you want. You're going to run into corporatists on the city council that will allow you to get nothing done.
You know what it means? That the Democratic Party are kissing the ass of a commie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you know what? The other day, I heard nobody on the right except for one person, Eric Erickson. Hey, what's up, Eric? Calling out Trump's administration for saying they want 15% of Intel. Wait, you want to control the means of production? Where have I heard that before?
15% of Intel, the corporation?
Yes.
That supplies how much of the government contracts? The giant government contractor like
Nothing compared to Boeing and the rest of them, and you're not asking from them.
In the future, Intel will be much more valuable to the government than Boeing or anybody.
No part of our government owning private corporations.
And that rhetoric.
Tell me how that's not a communistic thing.
100%, because it's not being pushed. It was said. They're not literally have a commie candidate that they're all supporting that they want to win.
I don't give a shit. Tell me, Howard Lutnick came out and said that's what we're going to do. That's what we've demanded. 10 to 15% of Intel.
Of the government ownership of Intel.
Of Intel.
Because it is a security risk to allow Intel technology.
Bullshit. Because you're not doing it to NVIDIA, which, by the way, is far more valuable, and you're allowing them now to sell chips to China.
Well, I don't think that's going to be very long. Because there was already an embargo of NVIDIA being allowed to, maybe it's they let it now, but for a while you couldn't even get a PS4 in China because it was considered embargoed tech.
Yeah, Trump is charging them 15% to allow them to sell their chips to China. So NVIDIA is paying 15% to the government so they can sell their chips. They're supposedly second generation, but why are we helping them with anything when it comes to AI? Am I right?
Well, the argument basically is we don't need to. They're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
They're actually doing pretty good in AI. I don't think we need to help them. And that's the scary thing, by the way. We don't need
to fucking help them.
The scary thing is they it was discussing acquiring a 10% stake in NVIDIA. This would involve converting government grants pledged under President Biden into equity. Oh, Biden. If this goes through, the U.S. government become a significant shareholder in Intel, because instead of just giving grants to the company, we would end up turning our money into something.
Yeah. But there are grants already. We're not getting anything for the grants. But again, why are we helping more companies like this? Why are we handing them freaking grants?
Biden handed them grants, and I guess Trump is saying we should get something out of it.
Yeah, I don't want anything. I don't want us control. First of all, immediately you would have to say, if you own a piece of that, well, you guys can't trade public anymore.
That's what it said. It says the equity is seen as a way for the government to receive a tangible asset in return for funding. Why are we just giving taxpayer money to private corporations?
Why are we doing that at all? But I don't want to own the means of production.
Well, owning the means of production is more of a communistic position where they literally owned it. They owned agriculture. They owned manufacturing.
But here's the thing, Paul. If we own that, the government now is such a player that Trump could tweet how great everything is and drive the stocks to the roof. You can't, because you can manipulate it. You can't allow that then to be traded.
The government, the American people owns it. The American people are already giving it money.
The American people fucking may own it, Paul, but you and I don't have a fucking piece of stock in that company. Your 401k is not going up.
Maybe. I'd like to see how that would play out. Again, it's not happening. It was floated as an idea of how we get back money from just because the Democrats just give it out like water.
Well, the Republicans are freaking the kings of look how much money they handed out to fucking Palantir, who, by the way, is going to be, if you want to buy stock, people, again, I'm not licensed anymore. Go buy fucking Palantir. They're going to run the world. They're going to get us into so many fucking wars too. These guys are going to get us into so many wars.
Or keep us from ever having to fight again because we know everything.
They're going to get us into so much.
If you understand what Palantir is going to gather and what AI can do with that information, it is going to be ridiculous. Now, it is the Antichrist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's okay. Yeah. Let's not forget about the fact that not only are they gathering this and everything, they're gathering this on you too.
The population.
Yeah.
I mean, we were
Here
just
comes our
going
social
through
credit score.
AI understanding things. We just even in our private business, what AI can understand is absolutely mind-boggling. Now it's going to have all the information it ever wanted, and it's to come up with ideas. You can either look at the two things. We're going to come to a golden age of peace.
That's not Palantir's gig, dude.
There, it's about making money.
That's not. Yeah, and they're a bit of a war machine.
Palantir wasn't Palantir started by the gay guy. What's his name?
Oh, Thiel? No, he's got money. He's got money in everything.
Yeah, he started a lot of things. You know, if the government ends up, and I do think the government should collect some information.
Yeah. What information? And they're so tied in. Alex Karp is nuts, and they're so tied into Israel, which is insane. And their battlefield, they've got that what's it called? Marvin. I want to say Marvin. I don't think it's Marvin though. That's a stupid name for some sort of warrior thing. Here comes Marvin, our warrior robot. He's kind of
funny. Palantir's approach centers on identifying complex problems faced by organizations, providing coding solutions into their software, and offer an alternative to traditional government contracting models.
Yeah. Palantir is the backbone for all military intelligence, targeting, and command systems. For us, NATO, as well as collecting battlefield data, pro-security, techno-powered vision statecraft. It's more than a tech company. It is a partner in warfare infrastructure. Bless you, bless you, bless you.
But why shouldn't America, and coming to this, we deal with government stuff.
Yeah.
So we know that there is a level of AI implementation across the board.
Oh yeah, there's going to be AI, and that's why we can't stop AI. Like everybody's like, it's going to take all jobs. We can't stop it because China is doing it, and North Korea is doing it. Because North Korea, what they think they have AI controlled nukes.
We probably have AI controlled.
Oh yeah, but they're announcing it. We know we do. We know. You know, that for sure.
The idea that I give you $100 bet though that if Biden suggested Palantir, the media would have been talking about what a great idea it was. I have no doubt about that. Because no matter what Biden did, he could have farted sideways.
Media. I care about what I read, and what I read and what I know is these guys are so in bed with the Trump administration, and they're so in bed with this is what they do. War data. This is what they do. They're going to collect so much shit. Edward Snowden's head would explode.
We're in that world though. Like I said, Facebook knows more about us than most government agencies do, and nobody cares.
My fucking Facebook got hacked, so I couldn't get on it.
Alexa, if you have an Alexa in there, it's listening to everything we say.
I don't. You know what? I never got an Alexa.
No matter what people say,
I still feel weird talking to my AI. I spend more time talking to my AI. Have you named yours yet?
No, I haven't. But do you realize the AI remembers everything you talk about?
Yeah.
There was a very funny thing where older people didn't realize that the AI made some things public too. And people were asking like hemorrhoid questions and how do I best cheat on my wife and all kinds of weird things. And then it was going out and people were laughing at him. We're like, you guys don't know that this is going public? Yeah. You don't realize? I think they changed the algorithm a bit to be able to hide it. But everything we're feeding to Google and to OpenAI and all this stuff right now is gathering information on us, cross-referencing it with Facebook, Instagram, etc., and knows more now than Palatine will know for years. But nobody cares.
No, I think they probably know a lot more than I think you think that they do. I think they know a shit ton more.
Well,
then
then again, the Facebook and those companies do work with the government. They give back.
well, yeah,
We
they do.
know because they were censoring Republicans left and right.
They do work for the government. Well, of course, man. When you got that kind of
And what I see is if the Republicans were forcing social media and that kind of stuff to censor Democrats, that could be very problematic. But since I haven't seen any evidence of this, but I have seen the evidence of the other side, making sure that everybody got censored, I am less concerned with a current administration having AI power over what we're thinking than a Democratic.
the AI power, it's the collecting of data. What are you going to use it for? When are we going to get that? Oh, we're not going to do a social credit score, but something's going to happen.
But is it something going to happen that is as bad and life affecting as social credit, which is what the Democrats want? Because if I say a naughty word or if I talk bad about underprivileged class, they're going to punish me because they are thought police.
On what? Not on Twitter.
Well, not on Twitter. Now, if they take over,
but look
at what
funny?
Europe's trying to do to Twitter.
I'm still shadow banned on Twitter.
Well, Europe's trying to ban Twitter because they're saying, it's look at what some of the South American countries are doing to Twitter. It's Democratic's wet dreams.
Yeah.
But I don't see the same policies being put forward for Republicans. And so I have a hard time putting them on the same footing when I don't see the same calls to action from the Republican Party that I see from the Democratic Party that will destroy my rights. If the Republican Party changes their thing, I'll be just as much against them. But right now, as an objective observer, they're not the ones trying to silence me.
You're a biased observer.
Because I can't find any evidence that they're trying to bias me. Elon Musk bought Twitter and said, do what you want.
Yeah. No, that was great. I was totally fine with that. Trust me.
He was definitely part of this administration.
Let crazy be crazy, because I'd like to see where crazy is. Because when you take stuff away from crazy, crazy goes underground and crazy gets really crazy.
And what the problem was, they only allowed crazy before he took it over. They allowed to normalize crazy, and any form of reason they tried to shut up. Now we have the ability for reason. That's why you see changes in demographics. The younger kids are becoming more and more conservative because now reality is allowed to be expressed again. Crazy was running rampant for years. And well, like what is it? In England, some woman just got, because she was against immigration, just got 2 years in prison.
No, she actually, I think she got out today. She got 9 months.
Well, that's still too much.
Something, incendiary that she posted. They've got that in those new rules. It's like fucking so stupid.
It's still ridiculous.
England is not.
England's the Democratic Party.
Here's the problem. England is trying to. They feel that there is an explosion that's about to happen and riots. And their thing is, if we can do everything to try to tamp it down and threaten people, this is going to be great. What they don't realize is all it's doing is like a pressure cooker. And the other day, the Birmingham, they took down, somebody put up the Union Jack flag or the England, and they took it down, and now there are flags everywhere. It's kind of like the movie V for Vendetta, where everybody's got a mask now.
Yep. Well, isn't it interesting though? And this is why I never got. Why are they only trying to tamp down one side of speech? They're not going to tamper down. That's, oh no, we've got to embrace all the crazy. But if you're for, like, which Britain should be for Britain, if you're for keeping your culture, we're going to tamp down on that because you're subversive and you're going to cause riots.
Yeah.
But the other people are allowed to talk.
Well, the other people, here's the thing. The other people don't go on social media.
All the crazies are already on social media.
No, but the other people, like the people of which they're, the Muslims and the Pakistanis and stuff, they're not on the social media. Like, you're seeing the Tommy Robinsons and stuff like that. And so they are, that's, you got to get them on social media so they say crazy shit too. So then everybody could be in trouble.
As far as I know, Tommy Robinson was talking about rape gangs, and there are rape gangs.
Yeah. Well, Tommy had Tommy would admit he had a very colorful past with the, way back in the day, but the rape gangs were very real.
I started saying very real.
Yeah. So,
who's crazy? The people saying that they don't exist. Those are the crazy people.
I don't think people realize how big of a scandal that would be here in America if, we caught a pedophile, we caught this down. These were fucking roving gangs of people who were raping young women and girls, and they tried to shut it up in such a way, kind of like the Catholic Church, right? Except it was happening in modern times, and then they got the information, the government, and said, yeah, we're not going to do anything about this.
Yeah.
But
unlike the Catholic Church, people are like, oh yeah, well, they're doing the right thing. The crazies come out and support it. Even Catholics don't support diddling kids. It's not a bunch of Catholics who are like, well, no, it's okay to diddle a kid. The left in that thing were like, oh no, these people are from other cultures. You got to allow them. They don't understand not to rape or whatever craziness they would bring up. At the end of the day, the left and those concepts degrade society, and there is no objective evidence to show different. If you put in strict border control and a lot of these problems, there is plenty of objective evidence to say you're not creating a weaker society.
Yeah, you can't create a weaker society. You can't allow people to come into your country and shit on your culture. And you can't allow that to happen. You need people. If you're going to invite people into your home, you're coming here, you need to show respect to the home. And 100%. When I lived in Britain on and off for a decade. It was my second home. I was as British as I was American when I was there. And I loved it. They are not the same. I told my wife the other day, I said, we're a 6.5 hour plane ride from there. I said, I wouldn't go there. Not right now. Yeah. First of all, they might fucking look at some of the shit I posted about them and the insanity and say, well, I don't think you're allowed to be here.
Which isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And the idea that somehow that the right wing and the left wing are equal in tyranny just doesn't wash with reality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, over there, this has been a political problem for both the Tories and Labor, which is the Republicans and them, because under like a lot of this stuff happened under, even before Boris happened under, the Tories, and then Labor came in, and then it came up to a head, and then they started trying to crack down on it harder. It's not worked, guys. You guys have failed. Both sides of you have failed your country. Both 100%. Sides of you have failed your country in a major way. And now you're losing your country and you're handing it away. It's in France is doing the same thing in a lot of areas. The Italians are not thrilled by it.
And it's like, I'm trying to find an objective reality Trump policy that I think would ruin this country in some way. And I can't. Does it mean you have to agree with everything? No, but I can't find a policy. But guess what? The Democrats are trying to turn us into a totalitarian communist state. I can find a million policies that would end up destroying this country.
See, the thing is, though, here's the issue is so much of that, though, is all talk. Because the reality is they're all corporatist. I said the other day, Hillary would have been a fine president because she's a fucking corporatist.
But why would I support that talk when I know if that talk gets to be mainstream, it will eventually start seeping in to my life? I don't want to support that side of the talk. You're free to speak whatever you say, but I don't want to support your crazy ideologies, which for some reason they always cry that Trump has crazy ideologies. But I look at his policy and go, oh, whatever. I don't see anything crazy. But with Democrat stuff, it is nut job stuff.
Yeah, some of it is, dude.
Well, I would like to find one reasonable platform that they're pushing that seems like that's just pure reason.
But Paul, you know what? It's nut picking too. Why? Because like Ro Khanna, I love Ro Khanna. He's up in he's a congressperson who's a Democrat up in Silicon Valley. Yeah. He's about him. He's an old school like Clinton kind of, not a nut job. He's a libertarian that leans left this way. He's rather than insane. And on the right out here, like, he and Thomas Massey are doing a big thing. Thomas Massey, they always go after Thomas Massey, the Trump does, because he's like, hey, you know what? We shouldn't give all this money out for COVID. I'm going to vote against it. And so then Trump wanted him gone for that. And then Biden wanted him gone. And then,
I think our administration's been against Thomas Massey.
Yeah. And that's why I like Thomas. And he doesn't take money from AIPAC too. He goes, oh, they're always trying. He goes, they spent $500,000 trying to get me out last time. They got 2%. Does
he take money from Qatar or the pharmaceutical industry?
He is one of those guys that takes very little money. He is not he is not why he got there. He's a good old boy from Kentucky. And it's funny because we're close to where he represents in Kentucky. And even when Trump, as loved as he is here, when he talks shit about that, the text message I get, no, we love Thomas. Right? He was the only
I
one.
like Thomas Massey. I think he's pretty good.
He's an interesting character.
Ro Khanna, if Democrats could put together,
if they put together somebody like him, he would be a force.
But I see them on the polls for them wanting to who's going to run for president.
Yeah,
I see Gruesome Newsom, AOC. I see a collection of nut jobs on the Democratic side, and like no matter what you want to say, Rubio and the vice president,
JD Vance.
I can't find nut job policies they're promoting.
So,
and at the end of the day, I just have to go with objective reality.
I think I don't look. It's a long way away. That's what I tell everybody. As long as the economy stays strong, it doesn't matter if you add 5 seats, take away 5 seats. Republicans will be fine.
Yeah,
you and I both know this. Trump could solve Israel and Ukraine. If the economy goes to shit, they're fucking voting those people out.
Yeah,
those places could blow each other to hell in all of Europe. And if our economy's strong, people are like, we're going to keep him. They can blame Trump for it, and it still wouldn't matter because if the economy's good, you'll always ride with that dog.
Look at Clinton.
Yeah,
he did great for the economy.
He did.
Like I said, Clinton was more reasonable though.
Clinton was more reasonable.
If a communist was running, Clinton would never have backed him.
No.
He'd have never been saying how great, this could be the future of the Democratic Party. He would have never done that.
Some people are pushing that guy. There's a lot, dude, that aren't.
Thank God that there's still some Democrats that are like, well, communism might be a step too far.
Yeah. There's a lot of them that are they refuse to endorse because they first of all, even if he was a old-fashioned European socialist, it wouldn't matter because the problem for a lot of these guys is he's young and he knows how to use TikTok and it scares the shit out of him because he can talk to people.
What was it? It was Mayor Adams was talking about how much he's going to ruin the city.
Yeah.
Because, he also wanted to legalize prostitution. He wants to. It's like, dude, at what point is there not a horrible idea the Democrats don't want to jump behind?
Look, as far as prostitution goes, I am fine. Let adult sex work. If it's your body and you want to pay somebody to have sex, I have no problem with that. License it, try to keep it safe. Let's not pretend it doesn't happen. All right?
There's a lot of bad things that happen. I mean, if we can keep drunk driving safe, let's license it and only a few people are allowed to drunk drive. You can think of a lot of vices that happen no matter what you do. It doesn't give an excuse to say we're going to put a green check on this and say it's perfectly fine to do.
Well, the thing is though, like you go to other places, we never have, I've been to Europe. There's places like Amsterdam has legalized prostitution. You know what? It's not a free for all. There's an area you go. These people have licenses. They're well checked. It's not a free for all. The problem is Democrats go, oh, this is a good idea, and they allow it to happen, and then they allow it to happen everywhere. It's like the drug thing. I don't care marijuana's legal. I don't want to fucking smell it on every corner. You're an adult. Smoke it in your house.
Yep.
Right.
That's my point, though.
Yeah.
A Democrat doesn't know a reasonable policy if
the policies, if the execution is piss poor.
And that's why they shouldn't be supported.
So, well, they shouldn't be. Yeah.
Do I want horrible policies being implemented in my cities and states and government? No.
Well, the little bit more of a libertarian to me is like your body. I don't. You know what else? I would allow people to fucking sell their body parts. You want to sell your kidney for $50,000 and you're broke? I don't give a shit.
But is that going past libertarian to anarchy?
But it's you know what? It's mine. It's not yours. We have a huge shortage
of body parts.
Dude, good. Like think about how many people wait on the kidney or liver. By the way, liver is a perfect example. Your liver grows back. So they take a portion of your liver and it grows back and you can't sell it. If you could get $200,000 and change your life,
it would.
And it's your body, right? But if you want to go sell your sperm or your plasma, you can.
Yeah. But it's not surgery.
Okay.
Unless sperm comes in a different way that I've ever known. There is no surgical procedure to get that out.
So
or plasma. I look at, like, when you look at historically, and there was a really good historian that societies crumble when sexual deviancy becomes the mainstay. Rome, they looked at in stage Roman cities.
Yeah.
There was one where there were so many prostitutes in the city, in the paving stones, where some stones had penises in them. And if you follow the penises, it takes you to all the whorehouses. And they counted a ridiculous amount of prostitution houses in these cities. And it was so prevalent that it was literally like, just follow the penis brick road.
See, Paul, there's the problem right there. They allowed it to get out of control. Vegas doesn't. They got the freaking bunny ranch. It's not out of control.
It's literally outside of the city, kind of like in the quiet part.
Yeah, it's a ways. But but not in Amsterdam. I've been to the red light district.
Well, honestly, I was at Vegas for CES.
Yeah.
And I noticed, I'm like, we're in a decent hotel. And I'm like, and one of the guys like, yeah. I'm like, those girls look a little interesting.
Yeah.
They're just walking in the hotel.
And by the way,
and they allow it.
Do you want to know why Eric Adams isn't going to win? Because the dude can't stop doing crazy shit. Did you see his advisor?
No.
He handed a chip bag to a reporter full of cash. Dude. And then Cuomo's begging for freaking something to happen to what's his name, to Mondani, because he's such a clown.
Well, I don't know why Cuomo doesn't
people
back
haven't
down.
forgot the fact that you killed all their grandparents.
Yeah. I don't know why he's running.
Because those people, Mayor Koch, remember that crazy Mayor Koch who ran New York? I watched a documentary about him, and his assistants used to say he thinks that if the microphones and cameras go away, that he's not going to exist and die. These people are so obsessed with the thing. Like Anthony Weiner's always got to be running for something, right? Like there's this sense of I've got to
Carlos Danger.
What? Carlos Danger.
Carlos Danger, yeah.
He was fucking so dangerous. But there's this sense that they have to be in this world of this fiefdom where they control it, and it's people are following them, and they have to. It's an aphrodisiac even for the people that have it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, like I said, how those kind of people are treated like they're reasonable when there's nothing reasonable about Cuomo.
No,
he's not a reasonable person. He killed people. He was given Emmy and all these things for handling things during COVID, where DeSantis was supposedly doing a horrible job. No, DeSantis didn't. Objective reality proves
everybody ended up always being the exact same, which is what Sweden said at the beginning. At the end of the day, we're going to end up in the same fucking place.
But that's not what I heard. I heard about, every Republican in Florida is just handling this horribly.
Yeah. They're killing people so fast. It's never been literally they're taking them out at Florida's and shooting them.
And again, why would I believe anything these people say? It's the people that lied to me, and you want me to vote for you when you nonstop lie to me.
But it's the media as much as it's them, because the media doesn't call them out. You got to call everybody out. You call bullshit.
The media is 90% Democratic too.
Well, no, the media, the old school media is. The new school media, which is where more people get all their stuff, is more right than it is left. So, and nobody goes like, you can call it MS now, you can call it MS yesterday, MS tomorrow. It's shit.
And
nobody's paying attention. Yeah.
Because no one cares about it.
Nobody cares. Fuck, NBC doesn't care. They're like, you guys don't even get the fucking Peacock anymore.
Yeah.
We're taking that away. We don't want anything to do with you guys.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I gotta go. I gotta go do some stuff. Because we've been on things 2 hours.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
We've been chatting everything from food to
food. People turn on here. There's like fucking these.
And commies never seen food. So we talked food and commies.
The food and commies. Well, I gotta go do another interview.
Right. Oh wow. Okay.
Check us out, guys. Hey. We'll be at it again next week, and then check me out tomorrow, 6-9 nationwide on a whole bunch of radio stations. Go to chadbensonshow.com. Find out. We got all kinds of merch there. You still have, what do you have up there? Do we have the?
We have so much, but we're about to switch over to a brand new social commerce system.
Yeah.
So everybody be ready for that.
Ooh, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be cool.
All right, you guys have a good one.